Okay. Here I forgot to say one another point. Depending upon the voltage level at which the winding is operated is a step up transformer, step down transformer, and the third is what you have an another transformer called as an isolated transformer. Isolated transformer, just make a note of it. Okay, now we will see. Now depending based on the level of the voltage, transformers are divided into two types, that is the primary step up transformer, step down transformer, and isolated transformer. In this mainly we are confined about the windings. So depending upon the winding itself we have been just classified this. So here winding is of two types, that is the primary winding and the secondary winding. Primary winding and the secondary winding. Now I give out the definitions of the primary winding and the secondary winding. Is in the primary winding, these two windings are interlinked by a mutual magnetic field. Mutual magnetic field, that is what we have studied in the previous, that is when we have studied in the operation of that. It is this primary winding and the secondary winding have been mutually interlinked by the mutually magnetic field, that is what your flux generated. Now here, now that primary winding, depending upon the primary and the secondary, they both are interlinked by the mutual magnetic field. Now the primary winding is energized by connecting, it is being energized, it is being means it moves, it starts working or energized by connecting what, by connecting it to an input source. Okay, that is what your primary winding. Now similarly secondary winding is what, a winding which is an electrical load, winding to which an electrical load is connected. So for this to work, means for the primary winding we need to connect an input source. For a secondary winding, the winding which is the winding to which an electrical load is connected, and from there, and from which output energy is drawn, is drawn. So we will be taking the output at the secondary winding. This all I have explained at the there itself. So in general, if I represent this transformer, okay, so this is what your primary winding and this is what your secondary winding, primary winding and the secondary winding. Now here, before going to the step up transformer and the step down transformer, we need to know about an ideal transformer. Okay. Actually ideal transformer will not exist, but what are the properties, how it holds for an ideal transformer we need to study. Means everything, every electronic gadget cannot be ideal. Practically we will be having it, but what are the things, what are the losses occurred, okay, what are the losses which are not present in the ideal, what are the losses which are present in the practical transformer, that we need to know. So let me see first what is an ideal transformer. An ideal transformer is a lossless device with an input winding and an output winding. Okay, I write down the definition. An ideal transformer is a lossless, you doesn't have any losses, lossless device with an input winding and an output winding, This is the definition of the ideal transformer. Next, it will be having the following properties. It will be having the following properties of an ideal transformer. What are the properties? So the first property is no iron and copper losses. No iron and copper losses. we will be studying about this all losses. Okay, you doesn't have any iron and copper loss. Second one is you will be having no leakage flux. You doesn't have any leakage flux. Next, a core will have whatever the iron, I have said a metal core will be present now. That core will have a core of infinite magnetic permeability. Infinite magnetic permeability. Next, and of infinite electrical resistivity. That core will have these properties, but practically it is not possible also. Infinite magnetic permeability and infinite electrical resistivity. Next, the flux which is confined in the core and winding resistance are negligible. That is, the winding resistance will be 0. Winding, you will be having the windings, no? So that resistance is what? 0. Winding resistance is 0. And the fifth point is the magnetic leakage flux. Magnetic, that is what the I have said, no leakage flux, that is the magnetic leakage flux is also 0. Is 0. These are the 5 properties of the ideal transformer. No iron and copper losses, no leakage flux. Next, a core is of infinite permeability and infinite electrical resistivity. Next, winding resistance is 0. Next, magnetic leakage is also 0. Okay, now when we see the given these, we will be all studying it out, that is in the losses of the transformer. In general, for an practical transformer, the losses we can have a copper loss, eddy current loss, hysteresis loss and leakage losses. These are the 4 losses which occurred in the practical transformer. Okay, next, now we will define we have seen about the ideal transformer and the properties. Now coming to the transformer classifications. First we have a step up transformer. A step up transformer. Okay, how a step up transformer is being defined? If the number of turns on the secondary winding are greater than the number of turns on the primary, then it is said to be called as a step up transformer. Or the number of turns increased from the primary to the secondary, then it is also called as a step up transformer. 2 definitions I can give. If the number of turns on the secondary is greater than the number of turns on the primary, is called as a step up transformer. Or if the number of turns increased from the primary to the secondary, then it is said to be called as a step up transformer. That is, here I can represent. So this is the representation of the transformer. Yes, here the voltage given at the primary is what? V1. The current is what? I1. And the number of turns are N1. These all are for the primary. Here the current given to the load is what? I2. That is your secondary. Now the voltage taken at the secondary winding is what? V2. And the current is what? N2. Okay, these are the core. We represent these 2 lines. Okay, now this is what your structure of the step up transformer. This is your structure of the step up transformer. Okay, now here I can say that N2 is greater than N1, means I can say that the given voltage, that is V2, will be greater than V1. Okay, the secondary voltage will be greater than the primary voltage, and the current will be what? I1 will be greater than I2, or I2 will be less than I1 for a step-up transformer. Okay, this we define in the terms of a ratio called as turns ratio, which is called as a K. That is nothing but turns ratio. Okay, how we define the turns ratio? Okay, first let me give it out. The input winding to the transformer is called as a primary winding, and the output is taken at the secondary winding. If there are more, here if you see, if there are more turns on the secondary winding compared to the primary, okay, if there are more turns on the secondary winding compared to the primary, then we can call it as a step-up transformer. Now this is given in the figure, shown figure. Okay, next you need to say that, you need to understand that how we define this turns ratio. Okay, the turn, if the ratio of number of turns on the wire of a primary winding is compared to the number of turns on the wire of a secondary winding, and this is given as turns ratio, that is, which is given as K is equal to number of turns on the N2 by N1, number of turns on the secondary by number of turns on the primary. That is, K is equal to N2 by N1. This is how we define a step-up transformer. Okay, and remember here, when we need to note an important point is, greater number of turns means the voltage will be higher. Means if you see, so for an example, if you see in this figure also, if one winding has the twice, if these two, if suppose we take two parts, suppose, okay, if the one winding has twice the many of turns than the other, means what you can say, the voltage is stepped up, means doubled, it is stepped up. Suppose here you are having more and here you are having less, means it is stepped to down. Okay, so it is stepped down to half, where in this case I can say it is stepped doubled. If it is less, then I can say it is stepped to half. So it is an important property to know the turns ratio. So the actual turns means depending upon the turns ratio, any turns unnayannadi important kaadu, turns ratio anedi important. The actual number of turns is not at all important, just the turns ratio is important. So depending upon the turns ratio only, we can say either the voltage has been increased or either the voltage has been decreased. Okay, now this is what a step-up transformer. Similarly, we have a step-down transformer. So that is what here, step-down transformer. So how a step-down transformer is given, N2 will be less than N1. That is, the number of turns are reduced from primary to secondary, or the primary number of turns are more than the secondary number of turns. So N2 is less than N1 means I can say V2 is less than V1. From that I can say I2 will be greater than I1. Because I know V is equal to I into R. If you keep R as a constant, then the relation holds. V1 I1 is equal to V2 I2. What here? Proportionality constant. Keeping a proportionality constant. Now the structure is in this way. For what? For the step down transformer. Now it should be what? This winding should be more. And the voltage here is what? You should not change it. That is, here the voltage is what? V1, and the current is what? I1, and the number of turns is what? N1. Okay. And here the voltage is what? V2, and the current is what? I2. So the transformer, the turns ratio here, N2 is your given thing. So I can say So K is equal to N2 by N1, that is equal to V2 by V1, that is equal to I1 by I2. Now from this I can say large voltage is being given to the small voltage. Here less voltage is taken, is given to a transformer, so you are getting a more voltage. Okay, for example, if you see, if I am giving a 1 kilovolt to the primary winding. Okay, now if we are giving a step up transformer, I may, for an example, I will be getting a 3 kV. Okay, on the transformer rating they will be giving 1 kV by 3 kV, means you need to understand this is your V1 voltage and this is V2 voltage, and the given transformer is a step up transformer. Depending upon the rating of the transformer, that you have a separate topic, I'll be explaining how we will be rating a transformer. Okay, 1 kV by 3 kV means this is what your V1 and this is what your V2, that is what your step up transformer. Suppose you are having 3 kV by 1 kV, then this is what V2 and this is what V1, that is what your step down transformer. Step down transformer. So this is about the given transformer. Okay, yes, next we'll be taking the problems also, how we will be determining the these things. Okay, I'll be explaining that in the problems. Next, the another transformer is what? An isolated transformer. Isolated transformer. If the transformer if the transformer windings, how we define this isolated transformer is, if both the windings are having same number of turns, if both the windings are having the same number of turns, then it is called as an isolated transformer. Then it is called as an isolated transformer. That is, here you have it out. Same. So whatever the voltage you are getting, that same voltage is being transferred to the secondary winding. So that is what V2, and the current is I2. Here I can say what? N1 is equal to N2. That means I can say that V2 is equal to V1 and I2 is equal to I1. This is what your isolated transformer. Now both windings are what? They are electrically separated. So where we will be using, where we want two separate circuits electrically. Suppose ఇది separate గా తీసుకొని దీనొకటి if we want electrically and to isolate electrically, see, you doesn't have any electrical connection, there will be always a magnetic connection between these two. So when we need two circuits, like in idoka daggara teeseskoni, like whatever the voltage here you have, the same voltage should be present at here, then we will be using this transformer. Okay, so both windings are what? They are electrically separated. Where we want to separate these two circuits electrically, or where we want to isolate these two circuits electrically, where input and output are same, then we will be using this isolated transformer. Okay, so this is about the given that is what the transformer classification. Hope you got through this. Okay, transformer classification we have studied. Okay, depending upon that, next we have seen about the ideal transformer. Next we have seen about the step up transformer, step down transformer, and the isolated transformer. In the next session, how we will be finding the turns ratio, how we can calculate the given voltage or the current depending on the turns ratio. We will be solving some problems, and next we will be going for the construction of the transformer. Thank you.